10 waterfalls so beautiful they don't look real. Waterfalls have an uncanny ability to captivate us, but some take it to a whole other level. So stunning, so surreal, they almost seem like they belong in a fantasy movie rather than the real world. Believe it or not, nature's artistry with waterfalls is so mind-blowing that photographers and travelers often question if what they're seeing is Photoshop magic. Today, we're diving into 10 waterfalls whose ethereal beauty will leave you speechless. Places where the water cascades in mesmerizing ways, surrounded by jaw-dropping landscapes that feel almost too perfect to be real. These waterfalls are not just natural wonders. They're symbols of Earth's raw power and delicate artistry combined. Places that make you rethink what's possible in nature. Ready to be amazed? Let's explore these surreal spectacles. Plitvice Lakes Waterfalls, Croatia. Nestled within Croatia's Plitvice Lakes National Park, this cascade of waterfalls seems like a dream woven from emerald pools and milky white streams. What makes these waterfalls utterly surreal is the unique travertine barriers, deposits of calcium carbonate that create natural dams, terraces, and pools that change color with the light and mineral content. Walking through this park feels like stepping into a living painting where waterfalls thread through lush forests and crystal clear lakes. The complexity of this natural system is fragile, though, with fluctuating water levels and human impact constantly managed to preserve its pristine condition. Havasu Falls, Arizona, USA. Tucked away in the remote Havasupai Reservation deep within the Grand Canyon, Havasu Falls is a surreal oasis that looks like it's been painted by an artist with a vivid imagination. The waterfall plunges turquoise water over bright red rocks, creating a striking contrast that seems almost otherworldly. But accessing it requires a challenging hike, sometimes 10 miles long, making the journey part of the magic and ensuring the crowds stay somewhat manageable. The area is sacred to the Havasupai people, so visitors are encouraged to respect local rules and culture while experiencing this hidden gem. Seljalandsfoss, Iceland. Iceland is known for its ethereal landscapes, and Seljalandsfoss stands out as one of its most iconic waterfalls. What sets it apart is that you can walk behind the curtain of water, yes, behind the waterfall itself, and watch the world from a unique perspective, framed by cascading droplets and rugged cliffs. This immersive experience turns the waterfall into a living theater where light, water, and wind choreograph a constantly changing show. However, the slippery rocks and wet trails demand caution, especially in colder months when ice can form unexpectedly. The stark contrast of the bright white water against Iceland's black volcanic soil and moss-covered rocks creates a surreal, almost alien landscape. Iguazu Falls, Argentina/Brazil. Straddling the border between Argentina and Brazil, Iguazu Falls is one of the most expansive and powerful waterfall systems in the world. Over 270 individual falls stretch across nearly 2 miles, creating a thunderous roar and misty spectacle that's hard to fathom. What makes Iguazu truly surreal is not just its size, but its lush, subtropical rainforest setting, home to vibrant wildlife and a dizzying array of flora. The feeling of standing on the edge of Devil's Throat, where the water plunges in a massive semicircle, is almost overwhelming. However, managing tourism and preserving this delicate ecosystem is an ongoing battle as millions flock here yearly. Prepare for wet clothes, slippery boardwalks, and crowds, but also for an awe-inspiring display of nature's raw power and beauty that feels like it belongs in a fantasy epic. Plitvice Lakes Waterfalls, Croatia. The cascading beauty of Croatia's Plitvice Lakes National Park can easily make visitors question reality. Here, waterfalls spill over naturally formed travertine dams, creating terraced pools with crystal clear water that shifts in color from aquamarine to deep green. The park's unique geology means these formations are constantly evolving, a delicate balance threatened by heavy tourism and environmental changes. Hiking through moss-draped forests and crossing wooden walkways that float above water, you feel as if you're walking through a painting, each corner revealing a new cascade or mirror-like lake. The sound of water gently tumbling over stones mixes with the scent of pine and fresh earth, enveloping visitors in a sensory experience that feels both ancient and alive. It's a place to cherish, reminding us how intricate and fragile natural beauty can be. Kayatur Falls, Guyana. Deep in the heart of the South American rainforest, Kayatur Falls is a spectacular force of nature that looks almost surreal due to its sheer scale and pristine wilderness setting. Dropping nearly 750 feet in a single plunge, it's 5 times higher than Niagara Falls, and surrounded by dense jungle teeming with exotic wildlife. The remote location means few tourists visit, preserving its wild, untouched aura, but also making access a serious adventure involving small plains or long hikes. The constant mist creates rainbows in the sunlight, enhancing the magical feel. But don't let the beauty fool you. The area is home to a complex ecosystem where conservation efforts are critical amid increasing pressures from mining and development. Angel Falls, Venezuela. Angel Falls is the tallest uninterrupted waterfall on Earth, plunging nearly a kilometer from the tabletop mountain Ollantaytambo in Venezuela's Gran Sabana region. Its sheer height creates an ethereal mist that often obscures the falls, giving it a dreamlike quality that has inspired countless explorers and artists. Reaching Angel Falls requires a multi-day trek or boat ride, underscoring its remote, almost mythical status. However, political instability and environmental threats have made visiting complicated in recent years, so planning and caution are essential. The sound of the water crashing down through the jungle echoes with a primal force, reminding visitors of the wild, untamed beauty still left on our planet. Dettifoss, Iceland. Dettifoss holds the title of Europe's most powerful waterfall, with a staggering volume of water crashing down its basalt cliffs in Iceland's stark and dramatic northeastern wilderness. The raw power and relentless thunder of this waterfall create an almost apocalyptic scene, unlike the delicate cascades of some other falls. Surrounding landscapes of volcanic rock and sparse vegetation add to the otherworldly vibe. While the view is spectacular, visiting Dettifoss requires careful planning. Roads can be rough and weather unpredictable, especially outside the short summer season. This waterfall reminds us of Earth's elemental forces at work, a constant reminder that beneath the beauty lies incredible power. Gullfoss, Iceland. Gullfoss, meaning Golden Falls, is one of Iceland's most iconic waterfalls, famous for its 2-tiered cascade plunging into a rugged canyon. Its name comes from the golden hue that appears when sunlight hits the mist, a magical effect that feels almost supernatural. The falls are part of the famous Golden Circle tourist route, but remain impressively wild and untamed. Like many Icelandic waterfalls, Gullfoss faces challenges from weather extremes and tourism management, with efforts focused on protecting its delicate ecosystem. Visitors can approach close enough to feel the spray on their faces, making it an immersive experience. Gullfoss is where raw beauty meets accessibility, offering a glimpse into Iceland's dramatic geology and the timeless rhythm of flowing water. If these waterfalls have stirred your sense of wonder and made you want to pack your bags immediately, please hit that like button, share which waterfall blew your mind the most in the comments, and subscribe for more breathtaking journeys into nature's most surreal creations. Remember, some of the most unbelievable wonders aren't in fairy tales, they're cascading right here on Earth.